on LinkedIn.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness, indeed. And Toby is watching us live and has found us. Thank you. It's hard to miss us when Nick and I go live because we go live everywhere. We are great fans of AppSumo, it has to be said. And when there's a special deal, which is live video related, then we tend to sort of buy it, putting it simply. Okay, if you've not seen me before, my name is Steve Healey. I'm based in Wiltshire in England in Devizes with my partner Angelica. I love live video. I go live every weekday with friends around the globe. Nick we broadcast twice a week. I've got courses on Udemy, and I work for Be.Live. Now, there's so many things I'm interested in, but I'll just give you a couple off the top of my head. I'm interested in broadcasting to our websites because I think that's the way things are actually going. And I'm also interested in Amazon Live, which is where Nick broadcasts too. Nick, over to you.
It is indeed, yes. Amazon Live, nickwood.live, in case you're interested. My name's Nick Wood. I live in sunny Farnborough in Hampshire. I've been in the digital marketing world for a good 6+ years now. And yes, like Stephen, my real passion is video and live video in particular. Love streaming live, love the fact that we can find ways to stream live that lots of people don't even realize you can. Everyone says, oh, I don't know if I've got a message. Well, you have got a message. You just need to buckle up and enjoy delivering it. My real passion as well is to help men over 45 to actually realize that they can have a much better life, both health and financially. And so that's what I try, or that is who I try to help mainly. But yeah, absolutely love live stream several times a week. And can I just do a quick promo, Stephen?
Okay.
We're rekindling the ashes, myself and Adair Palmer over in Brisbane. We are having a Australia versus England live cook-off tomorrow, and that's on the Amazon, well, not just on the Amazon Live channel, but on, a bit like us, on multiple channels. So
good.
Look out for the ads.
Right, so just trying to tidy up and say hello too, just to prove that we're live.
Hey, hi Chris.
Chris in Belgium is saying hello, Stephen and Nick. Hello, Chris. Right, now every week what we try and do is to bring you something which you can actually use and make use of. And we've explored a lot of things over recent weeks. We've been broadcasting together for some time now. And today we thought we'd wind back to the beginning because a lot of what we do is based around RTMP.
Yeah, RTMP. I'm forever getting it wrong when people say, what does that mean? And I kind of go, oh, real something messaging protocol. Because I can never remember its time. Real-time messaging protocol, I believe.
That's it. Yeah, it is real-time messaging protocol. It was developed by Macromedia as a proprietary system for them to be able to transfer video and audio and data from A to B. And it does that by cutting the transmission into chunks, sends a chunk, sends another chunk, it's reassembled at the other end. And that's how you can actually, if you're watching on the website, that's how you're actually watching us, because it's actually being sent. Now, as I say, it was proprietary. I mean, I can't say that word. I've got to say it. But Macromedia were purchased by Adobe. Is it Adobe or Adobe? Adobe.
I'll be honest, I always call it Adobe.
Adobe.
But that doesn't mean I'm right.
Well, it's one or the other. I mean, it's like with VI Loud. I mean, I don't know whether to call it VI Loud or VLoud.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Quinoa and quinoa.
Names. Right. So Macromedia created this methodology for transferring video, audio, and data from A to B. We don't need to worry how it's done. We just need to know that it works. And Macromedia were purchased by Adobe, and they said, brilliant idea. We love what you've done, Macromedia. Let everybody use it. So they made it essentially freeware, so that everybody can actually use it without paying any licenses or royalties to anybody. It does predate Facebook Live. It predates YouTube Live, because this is a way of doing it before software houses put together their API, which is an integrated system. API means that we can sense in a studio, like we can see the comments from Chris. RTMP just means that we're actually sending data. It's not a two-way stream. But that's, I mean, this is the beginning of broadcasting, isn't it? I mean, until now we've gone with the networking thing where we chat with people and show the comments on screen and interact. And now, because of the quality of the video and audio, we can actually go out and broadcast our own TV shows.
Exactly. It's a marvelous. And when you think back to it's that interaction, isn't it? As you just said, about being able to see the comments. You know, when people first were going, I remember when I first started using Facebook Live. Yeah, you didn't really know if you're talking to anybody. You know, you might have seen a little eye up in the corner of your phone if you're using your phone. But there wasn't that there wasn't that interaction that you have now. And okay, it then grew as well, but you know, it's gone from humble beginnings. It just makes life so much easier, and it's more fun. That's the thing, isn't it? The more fun it is for people to live stream, the more people will live stream. That's
correct. And we should be live on LinkedIn. We'll check afterwards to see if we were. Yeah. Yes. So, what can you do with RTMP? And the answer is pure and simple. Anything you like, Nick.
I can say everything, isn't it? depending what you're using. I mean, I think certainly for me, when I first started using it with OBS, which was another brilliant free software, open broadcast software, which was marvelous, and that allowed us to actually go on to. Well, for me, it allowed me to go on to Facebook, and I could use OBS as like a third party, and that allowed me to share screens. I could have the green screen running. I used to play videos behind me, and I could pull up a PowerPoint presentation, and I could skip through that as well. And it was complicated when I was first learning it, and it did take a bit of learning. But now even that has been superseded by some brilliant third-party software, like we're using Be.Live today. Which just makes life easier. I'm all for point and shoot, I must admit. But as I've told you the story before, Stephen, yeah, when I first started using OBS to live stream, I didn't think I had anything to say, so I kind of wound it down. Once I'd understood how to do it, I kind of wound it down. I thought, I can't think what to say now. But then luckily, I refound my voice. So.
Well, finding your voice is something that happens gradually, isn't it? I mean, live broadcasting is about telling stories, and we've all got our own stories to tell. And people say to you, I can't tell a story. I haven't done anything. And we say hello to Corinda.
Hey, hi, Corinda.
Guess who's back? Who's back, Corinda? Okay, so we wait for Corinda to actually tell us who's back. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on a second. Right, okay. Corinda messaged me last night. I didn't understand it. Yeah. Because I just saw Corinda. I did not see Corinda sing.
I just noticed that myself.
Exactly. So, Corinda, I'm glad we are glad that you have got your Facebook account back.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah. And over to Chris. Right, and thank you for confirming that, Chris. We're live on LinkedIn too. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah. So with RTMP, there are practical things that you can do. In addition to going live on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, you can actually go live on your own website. Now, this is something that Nick and I do every single week, and it is a way, because there are reasons you should go live on your website, are there not?
There certainly are. There certainly are. Not least, you own that property. They can't. You can't be thrown off your own website. Well, unless you want to throw yourself off, but it's going to be highly unlikely. All the time we're using LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, all these other Periscope, all these other third-party platforms. We're there because they allow us to be there. And I'm not complaining. They allow us to build groups and network, and it's beautiful. But ultimately, we get thrown off. And last year, like Corinda was just thrown off Facebook last year. I was only thrown off Facebook for 10 hours, but my goodness, it did not make me have a rethink about what I needed to do.
Well, the thing is, website's your own turf. You own it. You rent it, but you own it. And up until now, when we go live on Facebook or YouTube or Twitter or Twitch, we're actually working for them. We're freely providing content which attracts people who scroll the adverts, who do everything, not for us, not for our benefit, but for the benefit of the platform we're using. And you can change that. You can change that so that when people are attracted to your website, you pull an audience in, then they'll read your blog posts. They will visit your shop, and they will be distracted not by somebody else, but by the things that you've done. And that's the key, is to bring in your own audience. Because if you're broadcasting on your website, you're in control of the ads and the ad revenue. Okay. You're in control of what people can see. You're in control as to whether you actually do work with other people to give a variety of content. You write the blog posts, you set up the shop, you say what's sold at what price. You are in total control on your own website. And that's why or Be.Live, correct? Be.Live. Yeah. We'll find out the correct pronunciation. We'll have to ask, I think. I would say hello to Rihanna from who's in Pakistan. Nice to see you.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Okay. Now, Rihanna interviewed me. Then she went and interviewed Chris. And Chris actually then arranged an interview for Rihanna with our English teacher. So Chris's English teacher, who's based in Canada, I think. And Rihanna is part of a challenge set by Ryan Alawala, and she's basically got to do 100 live interviews. And I think at the moment, I was number 49. I think Chris was one of the 50s. So you must be heading towards 60 broadcasts now, Rihanna. This, by the way, is Nick Wood. And he is brilliant at doing interviews.
Yeah, Rihanna, just give me a message and let's set it up. And that's a real skill to learn. So and it really is, because and back when I really only started doing live stream interviewing back in March last year, at the beginning of the COVID outbreak in the UK, and that's I learned how to interview people, because it's something you practice and practice, and you somehow get better at it. I also had my wife telling me, Nick, shut up. listen to what they're saying, as opposed to talking.
Well, and we love all the comments that everybody's sending in, and Rihanna is saying thank you, and hello guys. Now we know that you are watching in a Facebook group. We know this because we can't see your name, we can't show your picture. Just above the video is some text. If you press more, there's a link you can click, and then we'll know your name and be able to show your image. It's only once in your lifetime do you have to do it. And then next time you comment, we'll see who you are, just like we can see who Chris is.
Hey, Chris.
And Chris is commiserating with us. Chris was thrown off Facebook for a week. Didn't do something wrong to raise and now he helped me out. Good people.
Oh, that's good. But it's until you're thrown off, you don't realize how reliant you are on these different third-party platforms. It's a real, as I say, it's a real eye opener. And again, just like Chris didn't have, Chris didn't do anything wrong. I don't think Corinda had done anything wrong. I certainly, I know I hadn't done anything wrong. But just to be randomly thrown off and is quite an amazing thing. And we're lucky, that's me, Chris, and Corinda all come back on. But when I did what any other sensible person would do, obviously I Googled it and YouTubed it to find out what was on. But the number of people that just had to recreate new profiles because they'd been thrown off for months and months and had applied to come back but got nothing. So
yeah,
interesting.
When you apply to come back, you basically sending the details of the account that's just been taken off. So the email can change, but you're not going to move house. So you're proving your identity the same. And right, okay, message from Corinda Singh. She invited me to interview me, but my Facebook gone off. Rihanna, this is my one. This is Corinda's new account. So if you click on that, there you have it. Nick has volunteered. Corinda's volunteered. Absolutely brilliant.
All right.
Hang on.
Oh,
right. Okay.
Good.
This is Dutch. I'm going to say that's the Dutch Google Translate. And saying good middag, Chris. Okay, and over to Chris. Just going to reply. Hello, Rihanna, Corinda, and Harper. Hello, Harper.
Oh, Harper. Hey, it's like the gang back together.
Right, now the thing is, we know we're on LinkedIn, but we don't know where we are. And Corinda is saying when we email Facebook, they don't reply. They don't. I mean, there are that many people emailing them, but it's very difficult for them to do a person by person thing. I think the problem is that when the system that actually runs Facebook goes wrong, it goes wrong big time. You can't. Well, yeah. But now we're on LinkedIn. We just need to know where. And Chris is saying that Corinda's comment was perfect Dutch. Okay.
Yeah.
So good day. All one word. Ah. Okay.
What?
Do you speak Dutch?
Oh no. It's pretty much Dankjewel is pretty much all I know. It's slightly different from Dankeschön in German. When I first went to Germany, I lived 500 meters from the Dutch border, and the nearest bar was in Holland. So when I say bar, it's a lovely, beautiful cafe bar type thing, and it's beautiful. And I remember saying to the owner, Patrick, who was a lovely man, who actually gave me the venue for my wedding, same as his. And I said to him one night, I really should learn Dutch, Patrick, so I can. And he said, Nick, don't learn Dutch. We will always speak better English than you will ever speak Dutch. I took him at his word.
Right. Okay. Who owns LinkedIn? We know Mark Zuckerberg owns Facebook, but who owns LinkedIn? Who?
Microsoft, isn't it?
Yeah, Microsoft owned LinkedIn. And there was a great hoo-ha when Microsoft took over, and everybody predicted that LinkedIn would simply become part of Microsoft, but it's still independent.
Yeah.
And I've got to say, to be honest here, since I started broadcasting on LinkedIn, for which I'm grateful, LinkedIn, I've actually been on the site a little bit more than normal. It tends to follow that if you're actually live on the site, then you actually get more involved on the site. So thank you for letting me.
That's true.
And hopefully, when friends knock on the door, you'll let them in too. In fact, you should let everybody in, really. I mean, we're all.
I know. That's what I don't quite understand. I don't understand why they have this application process. When their big rivals just let you do it.
Over to Corinda. Nick, did you watch the Formula One? There wasn't any this weekend, was there?
No, there wasn't. I watched the Grand Prix in London. That was really cool. I found myself really enjoying that, particularly as I don't know if anyone saw it, but there was a guy, Degrassi, I think he was, who was about 9 cars from the front and had a safety car, and he actually went into the pit lane and overtook them all in the pit lane
Oh,
came out
wow.
in front, and even the commentator was saying, "I'm not sure you're allowed to do that." And there was the controversy very, very quickly. The controversy was if he'd have stopped, and it looked like he had stopped, but you couldn't see. If he'd have actually physically stopped the car and then started again, then he'd have been perfectly okay. But I don't think he did. So he was ignoring his drive-through penalty, so they black flagged him.
Oh, they don't. Obviously, they don't have any. They don't let any nonsense in E3 then.
Oh no, yeah, this is this is E. Sorry, it was E Pre. So it's like the electric Grand Prix.
Oh right, okay, E3, right.
But the great thing is they clatter into each other. You know how Formula One cars tend to hang back, or well, apart from when it's Lewis and Max, obviously, they tend not to, or try not to crash. Oh my goodness, no, they were bashing into each other left, right, and centre. But it was quite cool. I just love racing.
All right, and thank you. Can you say that? Dankjewel is excellent Dutch.
Dankjewel, I think that's what I said. Yeah.
Okay. And Corinda's saying yeah, and Corinda again. I saw that one. Good. So E3. Right. So we're talking about RTMP.
Where were we?
We were. There's no problem at all. The whole thing about going live is to actually have conversations with people, and when our friends drop by and say hello, and the conversation goes anywhere and everywhere, then that's a good show. We can be interactive on Facebook and on YouTube. We cannot yet be interactive on LinkedIn, as was pointed out earlier today in the Be.Live close focus group. It's not we can't see the comments, but I'm sure that in time we'll be able to see and integrate the comments. So if you are watching on LinkedIn and commenting, then I'll reply to those comments later today. I do promise you. Well, whilst the chicken is cooking, I will reply to your comments.
Oh, I hope that's not one of your rescue chickens, Steve.
Oh no. They're safe.
Good.
Right. I have a question for Stephen.
Oh, wow.
Andy, can you make your own RTMP server URL, or do you have to use the default? Right. Every destination will supply you with. Sorry, no, that's wrong. Do you want to start? Right. Now, every destination will supply you with the RTMP URL and the stream key, and they give it to you so that you can use it, so that you can broadcast. Now, for example, today we're using Switchboard Live, which is a favorite piece of software for both of us, and the signal from Be.Live is going to Switchboard Live. We're via, just a minute, it's going to Switchboard Live via RTMP. Switchboard Live then sends a signal to Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and to the website, and to Facebook as well. So one signal goes out from Be.Live and ends up in 10 different places. But the key that's actually used to do that is provided by Switchboard Live. Now, if we went live on VI Loud, then the key and URL will be provided by VI Loud. Okay, and if we went on OneStream, they will provide the key too. So the URL and key are always provided by the place you're actually sending your signal to. In which case, and this is our question of the week to anybody who's watching anywhere in the world. Okay, we need your help. Nick and I broadcast to. Would you like to explain, Nick? Amazon Live.
Amazon Live, yes. Oh, yes. Yeah, as part of this, we broadcast to Amazon Live, and so what we do is we use the Be.Live software. So, we use Switchboard to pump it out to, as Stephen said, all the different social media platforms, our websites. But we have an issue with when it goes to Amazon Live, is that it's on the Switchboard. It says, and I think it's the same for you, Stephen, isn't it? It kind of caps us at a 2.1 Mbps bit rate, when Amazon need us to be a minimum of 2.8. So even though we check our streaming, and I'm on 4G, Stephen, are you actually plugged in on your?
No, I'm Wi-Fi.
Your Wi-Fi as well. So we know we have brilliant upload and download speed, much more bit rate than we need, but for some reason, Switchboard is capping us at about 2.2 MPS. I think that's I'm right in saying that. So we've got that. So it won't let us when we're going to go to Amazon. It's stopping us from doing it. Now we can go to Amazon Live just through using Be.Live and putting the RTMP key into Be.Live and go straight to Switchboard, straight to Amazon. No problem at all. So it's just that Switchboard buffer, and we're trying to work out. We're trying to get Switchboard to tell us why, or can they increase our bit rate value to allow us to do that? Because it's really frustrating.
The answer that's been given us, which doesn't quite add up, is as Nick said, we can go straight from Be.Live to Amazon. It's perfect. It is really perfect. It's sweet. But when we want to go through Switchboard because we want to go elsewhere, something happens. But according to, well, the best advice we've had so far is that nothing should happen.
No.
Yeah. That if we're going from Be.Live at 2.8, then it should end up at Amazon at 2.8. But somewhere along the line, something's going slightly right, and we've no control. We don't know where it doesn't work. So we'll keep trying. But if anybody and
the interesting thing is when we first started using Be.Live, we had the issue where, because we were always broadcasting in 1080p because we wanted the best high definition, we had to bring it down to 720 so that we weren't going above the Amazon threshold. So we really it's really weird that we are now being stuck below the threshold. Super crazy. But someone's stealing our bit rate and we want it back.
Yeah, we want it's disappearing somewhere on the internet. And over to Corinda, and Corinda's saying, "Can you ask Amazon to approve me, please, Nick?"
I wish I had that authority, Corinda. If it was,
if
it was up to me.
Yeah, there is. Yeah. There is a pathway, Corinda. You become an Amazon influencer, then you can go on Amazon Live. You're on Amazon Live, and then congratulations, Nick. Then you become an Amazon insider like Nick, and then the world is oyster. Game on, as somebody said. You can then broadcast live and make money. So the thing is, Corinda, that you've got to have a good network in 2 or 3 places. You've got to have. I'm going to. First of all, Amazon don't publish and say what you've got to have, but the feeling is that you've got to have a good Facebook account, a good number of friends on Facebook, contacts on Facebook. You've got to have a good Twitter account and a number of followers on Twitter. You've got to have a LinkedIn account, possibly, but you most definitely have to have a good account somewhere. And you are talking about having a following, could be Instagram, in the thousands. In other words, you have got to be an influencer. Yeah. Before you can become you've got to have a following somewhere. So
it's difficult, isn't it? Because as you say, Amazon don't actually tell us what the criteria are. But I did see someone was saying in one of our groups the other day was adding into that mix and also live stream regularly. So they want to be able to see that you're not just because anyone can go and buy a bunch of followers on Facebook or YouTube as an example, but unless you're actually live streaming, so they actually want to see you actually influencing as well. But again, we don't know that for sure, but that's what I was. Well, that's certainly something I read over the weekend.
What I wrote that you read.
I should have my broadcasting voice on.
Okay. I've written a blog post. It's called The Joy of Amazon Live. In that, there is a link to apply. So there's no harm in applying because it's 50-50. I say yes or no. But going there with the knowledge that you've already got a following. It's not one of those where it's not who you know. This is how many people actually follow you. It's as simple as that. As Nick said, being consistent. and broadcasting somewhere.
And again, you can apply many times. It doesn't, just because they say no. No, I don't have Mixcloud, Corinda. I can be thrown out the club.
No. Mixcloud Live is where we can play rock music whenever we want, and not get penalised for it like we would on Facebook and YouTube. And it works via RTMP, hence the link. But it's just one of my hobbies to actually do that. It's not part of the normal week. It's only when I want to chill playing music. So it's not required of anybody at all. In fact, all the people I've met on Mixcloud are Mixclouders, not, with the exception of friends, not Facebookers or.
Oh, really?
Oh. Yeah, they're all Mixclouders. Totally different audience. Right. Talking of audiences, when's your next Amazon Live, Nick?
Oh, so the next Amazon Live is tomorrow at 10 a.m. UK time. But actually, this is the thing. If we can get the switchboard to work, it will be on the nickwood.live Amazon show. But otherwise, it's going to be on Adair Palmer's link. And we will alternate it. So tomorrow, worst case scenario, will just be on Adair, who's in Brisbane. Then the following Tuesday, it'll be back on mine, and we're just going to run a series of, because we both like cooking and we both get on very well and just have a lot of laughs. We figured, let's just do a weekly cooking show, Australia versus England, and just chat about various things. I mean, she lives on a houseboat with so I've got hot and cold running water and gas, so I'm feeling fairly confident.
You should, yeah.
Whereas I'm hoping for a quick tornado, not a tornado. I'm hoping for some high wind and maybe some supply issues for Adair. Hey, solar panel. She's got solar panels, and I did say, but that little wind turbine, I said, you do need wind to make that work. So, but it'll be good. It'll be good fun, if nothing else. When's yours is imminent, isn't it, sir?
Mine is in 25 minutes. So if we've enjoyed your company today, thank you, Nick. It's over to you.
Oh, thank you. Every Monday, we love having you with us, exploring live streaming and answering your questions. So join us every Monday at the same time. It is 10 a.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. in the UK, with myself, Nick Wood, and the brilliant Stephen Healey. So until next Monday, unless we see you on Amazon or somewhere else beforehand, have a fantastic week. Take care.
Bye. And that's all right.